Guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Tammy with Embellish the Story, and I've been working on these cute little glassine altered bags, and I've done two, and I thought I would just turn the camera on and do the third one with you guys. So this is what they look like. They are tea stain glassine bags, and they have a little flip, so you could write something here. And I loved the digital, like the parts of this digital, and I was going to layer, and I didn't want to cover the digital up on the bottom, and I thought, well, I could flip it, and then I still have my picture, and I can still use this digital, and I won't cover that up. So that's how I came about this little flip on the glassine bag. I'm sure it's been done on another channel. To be honest, I haven't looked. So this digital kit, it's actually two kits, but I love these photographs. I believe they're by Poole Designs, and I'm pretty sure it's called Shabby Photos. And so both of these are from that set, and the one we're going to work with today is from that set. And then this is a set of papers called, and I think this is her French haberdashery set. She has beautiful things. She's on Etsy. I love her digitals. So we're going to make these real quick. So let's just get started. I'll move these aside. And I'm going to use these really pretty vintage shoes on the hat box. Isn't that pretty? And I'm going to use just a page out of a book and a couple of her digitals from her French haberdashery kits. Alrighty, so I learned the first thing you need to do is put the flip on, because we're going to cover that up. So here's the here's the photo, and I forgot to ink it. I try to do all this before I start the video, and I forgot to ink tonight. Sounds like I've got glue on my thing. All right, so what we're going to do is, I'm not a measurer, so I apologize ahead of time if not measuring bothers you, but I'm just not a measurer. So I'm going to use this photo, and I'm going to back it on this, and I know I need about 1 inch to fold under to make the flip. So I'm just going to tear this right outside the picture. So basically what I do is I just hold the picture and I just tear. And I'm not the world's most precise tearer. I just tear what looks like it would be approximate. I'm going to go about 1 inch beyond the size of this picture. I know I need some down here. So there's that. Let's see how I did with that on the glassine bag. Glassine bag doesn't have to be coffee dyed. I had just coffee dyed some a couple of weeks ago. But this is a 4.5 by 6.5 inch glassine bag. And if I fold this back to make the flap, let's fold that. Then that's going to be perfect, because I can just glue that down. All right, so let me put a little bit of ink on this right here before I attach this. All right, yay. All right, here we go. So I'm going to put this down. I'm going to use just my art glitter glue. I like art glitter glue Aleene's Tacky Glue, and Fabri-Tac. Those are basically the 3 glues I always go to. So I'm just going to line this up here. And I'm not worrying about what this looks like because I'm going to cover that. And then I'm going to attach my picture. But before I do that, I want to put a little bit of lace behind that. So what I've got is this one piece of lace. And I'm going to cut it in half. Because what I want is the top and bottom to have the finished scalloped edge, and then the sides can have the other. So I'm just going to take my glue and attach my lace. On the top and bottom. And then on the sides, I'll put the plainer lace. I'm going to use this side that is a little more jagged. I think y'all probably start to learn the more uneven it is, the more I like it. Bring this down a little bit. Come on down. Here we go. Bring that up. Just a tad. Alright, so I'm going to put this here. And that's just going to give me my first, you know, a layer on the top. I hope y'all have had a good day. It's been unseasonably cold here today. We even had snow flurries, and I live in Georgia. So that is very unusual for us in March. So let me see, how does this look? Okay, I think I'm good with that. I'm gonna move this over just a little bit here. All right, so that just kind of frames the picture a little bit. And then I'm just going to put it on the front. I'm a super baby when it comes to cold weather. I don't know if I would survive where some of you live where it's really cold. Oh my goodness. Y'all are very hardy people to live in the cold. Oh, goodness. Ready for spring, I'll be honest. Okay, here we go. So I'm just going to put this down. And I just got my baby wipes before I started. Here's my dry baby wipe. I'm just going to press it down. All right. So there's that. Now we're going to do the inside. And I used a book page. It's the first thing I used. So I'm just going to tear the book page and see if that's going to cover it. And it is. That'll be fine. So I'll just ink the edges of the book page. I've gotten glue on this poor little thing. I don't even know where I found this sponge. I've got to get another Tim Holtz inker thing. Alrighty. So I'm just going to put this down. I always try to make layers with like a paper, a fabric, a paper, a fabric. That's generally how I do. So here is a paper layer. And then the next thing I'm going to put down is my cheesecloth, which has just disappeared. Where did my cheesecloth go? I'm so sorry. Okay. Let me just grab some cheesecloth. Sorry. So I'm going to get some cheesecloth. This is just, I think this is really from the grocery store cheesecloth. It's not the really nice cheesecloth that you can get. And I'm just going to put it down and kind of bunch it. I think this is a double layer. All right. Oh my goodness, I'm fumbly tonight. So when I put down cheesecloth, I usually just put it down with a glue stick because I know if it's not on the top, I'm always going to put more glue on the cheesecloth when I put the next layer. So I'm just going to put this on and kind of bunch it a little bit, leave it hanging out the edges. And the next layer I put on is going to be this beautiful, looks like a receipt, a French receipt for a blouse. And this is my favorite part. So I want to get this and I'm going to get it about, oh my goodness, so sorry. I'm going to get it about so wide. All right, so I'm going to tear a little bit on, tear it a little bit big, tear the edges. I've tried to learn to tear going away from me, even though my natural instinct is to do it the other way, so that these white edges don't form as much. All right. That's, see, I did it. I always want to go the opposite way. So I'm going to tear this down a little more. See how that goes. Okay, I think that's good. So what I'm going to do is just put a little ink on that. You guys have been leaving some really sweet comments. I know I said that in the last video, but I can't tell you how much I appreciate it. Alrighty, so I do cover up a lot of the book page, but you can still see it peeking through. And that's the thing about layering. I had to finally learn. I was going to cover up some stuff and for it not to bother me, because sometimes I covered up stuff that I really didn't want to cover up. But that just seems to happen in layering. So I'm going to put this down. All right. I'm going to try to cover up as much of that hinged area. I want the book to show. I've had to learn to look at the words that are sticking out, because sometimes on one of those I did, a really colorful word was sticking out. And I was like, oh my, oh my. Alrighty. So that's about it, except for just what I did to finish this off on the others was I have this piece of doily and I've used most of it. I'm just going to take the edge and just add a little in the corners, at the corner and the bottom. So I think for that I'll use my tacky glue. I'm just going to put a little glue on this. And on this one, I think, let's see, how do I want that to look? I kind of like it there, because it's really, you're really going to see it more, the effect. Well, I don't know, it's kind of pretty there. Right. I'm just going to put it right there. Alrighty. So, that's pretty much the inside, except for one thing I did do was that looked pretty, it's printed on a off-white cardstock, but it looked still kind of white to me, so I went through with my antique lace ink, and I just put a little bit on this, and I just gave it a little bit more color and just kind of darkened that up just a little bit. You really can't tell, but I do think it makes a difference. So that's it for the inside. So now we've already got it flipped. It's really pretty now, but I really just want to finish it off. I love this area right here. And what I've done is, this is a piece of just fabric. And I love the fact that it's crumpled, and it's a little wide, so I'm just going to cut it down. And then I'm going to put it on the front here. I'm just going to kind of bunch it right here. So I'm just going, when I bunch, I like to use the tacky glue. To me, it just helps, it's the tackiness of it. It helps me bunch a little better. And I'm going to put a button in this corner, so I think I'm going to leave the skinny corner over there. Okay, I kind of want this to go down, so I'm just going to put a little glue right there. Hold it. And I'm just going to kind of play with that. All right, so I've got a little ink there, so I can just fold this down. All right. So that just makes a pretty little fabric bunched ruffle. And then I'm going to take a button, put it down here. I've got two. I think I'll use this one. I like to put my buttons down with art glitter glue. It just holds really well. So I know that button's not going to come off if I use that. And then at the top, I finished the others with applique, piece of applique. So I have two pieces here, and I don't know which one I'm going to use. I think I'll use the bigger one. And so I'm just going to put that down. I'm going to attach, I'm gluing these threads so that the pearls don't just pop off. That's the one thing about appliques. Those pearls will go flying because they're the way they assemble it. All right. So I'm just going to put this about right here. And that is how quick and easy that is to do this little paper altered glassine bag with a little flip. And I just think that's super cute. I'm gonna make maybe a couple of journaling cards, a tag, maybe a booklet, some things to go in here. I'm doing a swap with Odulcina, and she has a YouTube channel, and she is great. So if you've not found her, it's Odulcina, and I hope I'm saying that right. And she is on YouTube, and if you haven't found her, then you're in for a treat because she's excellent. So I'm working on things for a swap with her. So one of these may go to her, and then a couple of these will finally, once I fill them with some fun things, will finally make it into my Etsy store. So here's 3. Aren't those digitals just gorgeous? So all the digitals I use are Poole designs, and I hope that you make you a little flip glassine bag to stuff with fun things. These are perfect in a journal because they just really decorate one whole page. They make the page really lovely. So that's it, and I hope you enjoyed watching and maybe learned something new and fun to do. And I hope you have a great day or a great evening, whichever it is for you. And always remember to embellish the story. Bye, y'all.